Hey everybody, Michelle Jacobik here, coming in to give you your Mastermind Monday tip. For those of you that are going through a divorce right now in the moment or considering going through a divorce, I answer questions on Monday, and this particular question has come up twice in the last month, so I figured it was a good topic to address. So the question that I was asked was, do you know if there is a way to take your spouse or ex-spouse off of a VA mortgage so that it would just have the woman's name on the mortgage and no longer have the ex-spouse? So first of all, the only way that you can get somebody's name off of a mortgage would be to refinance that debt into your own name. Now, we all know that in most divorces, the house, the marital home, is usually one of the largest assets. So there are a lot of questions that come up around the marital home. Super important for you to know. Here's a couple of things that I talk with people about frequently. First of all, do you have to refinance the house in a divorce? Can't we just have one spouse's name removed from the deed? Well, you definitely can sign a quitclaim and remove your name, or your spouse can sign the quitclaim deed and remove your name from the title of the property. However, doing that does not remove you from the mortgage. They are two different issues. So it's something that you have to understand, that even if you remove your name as titled on the deed, you are still 100% responsible for the debt. That also means that if your ex-spouse stops making payments, and you may have this false sense of the fact that you've relinquished your responsibilities with the mortgage, not true. It will affect your credit if they stop paying. Also, if your ex-spouse has any future liens filed against him or her for any reason, and they get attached to the house, it will make it harder to sell the house in the future. Lastly, you need to remember that if your name is still listed on the mortgage, it will make it difficult for you to secure your own financing, because the bank is always looking at debt to income ratio. And when they pull your credit report, you are still liable for that mortgage. So you have to understand that having your name on it will increase your chances, or reduce your chances of being approved, and or increasing your interest rate if you have too much debt to income ratio. Remember, my key point here is that taking your name off of the deed does not remove your liability from the mortgage. The second thing that's important to know is, at what stage of the divorce should you start the refinance application process? If one person is going to be keeping the marital home, at what point do you start? Do you wait until after the divorce, or you do it pre-divorce? As soon as you know that one of you wants to keep the marital home, you want to start that application process ASAP. The mortgage that you have right now is based on 2 incomes and credit scores of both spouses. So there is a chance that a lender may not approve one spouse on their own. So by starting early, you nip this in the bud. You can be prepared for the possibility and have some alternative options in mind. And whether that's waiting until your credit score improves, or the spouse's income increases, or reapplying to another lender, or negotiating some other terms of the settlement instead of real estate equity, you want to be in the forefront of this process. The third thing is, if a bank is asking for your divorce decree as a condition of the loan, and you can't finalize the loan until you refinance, what do you do? This comes up from time to time. Most lenders, especially large banking chains, have something called an overlay, which basically is an additional set of conditions on top of the mortgage that says that the bank will require a copy of the divorce decree. And what you may do is find that there's other banks that will work with you without that. You don't want to work with somebody that's so stringent. You want to work with somebody that is taking a flexible approach to try to get this process finished for you. And generally what happens is, it doesn't come up at all during the loan. They ask that the loan application be marked married, since you both are technically married. And then they request a letter of explanation that just says that you're separated with no divorce decree in place as of yet. You want to be sure to ask about overlays before you move forward with a mortgage application. And then fourth, I also want to point out that you have to finalize your divorce now, but the mortgage refinance hasn't been approved yet. How do you protect yourself financially? Again, if the timing isn't working out and you need to finalize the divorce before the refinancing is done, you need to make sure that you include language in your marital agreement that one spouse will refinance the home. But remember, during the time that you're waiting for that to happen, it does not remove your liability in the eyes of the lender. If you are the spouse who's giving up the home, you want to have your partner sign a deed to trust to secure assumption. And I'll put some notes about this below. This will give you the right to foreclose and take back ownership if your ex-spouse, who is now taken on the home, fails to refinance or defaults on the mortgage. After the divorce is final, request that your lender notify you of any missed payments. That's it in a nutshell. I'm sure that there's more questions about mortgages. However, these are the top 4 that I see most often. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can certainly drop it in the comment box. I hope this is very helpful to you. Have a great day.